Welcome back to Timeless Sparks, where every week we set out in search of the untamed, the unruly, and the incandescent, the stories and ideas that shaped our world. If you're just joining our community, make sure you subscribe and flick that bell so you never miss a spark. Feel trapped by lifeless textbooks and predictable timelines? It's time for something different. Picture a world where storms are sacred, longing is a virtue, and the artist isn't just a craftsman, but a torchbearer for the human soul. Welcome to Romanticism, not your high school romance, but a full-blown revolution. In the final decades of the 18th century, Europe seemed guided by logic. Science had pulled back the veil on nature's secrets. Rules governed everything, from the rotation of the planets to the proportions of a painting. But as the century waned, a restlessness grew. Where, wondered a new generation, was the wildness, the spirit, the ache? Enter the Romantics, a rebellion etched in ink, paint, and melody. The Romantics didn't want a world mapped and measured. They craved the ineffable, those things that can't be caged by syllogisms or equations. For the Romantics, nature wasn't a passive backdrop. It was alive. Mountains weren't just lumps of geology. They were battlegrounds for the soul, reminders of how small and fragile we are. A howling wind carried the world's loneliness and hope. Every leaf quivered with magic. Artists like Caspar David Friedrich painted travelers lost in fog, yearning for meaning. Wordsworth and Coleridge wandered the Lake District, hearts pounding at the sublime, that cocktail of terror and beauty only raw nature can provoke. Romanticism kicked down logic's walls around the heart. No more masks of reason. Out spilled life's raw stuff: love, grief, ecstasy, rebellion. Suffering wasn't cured, but painted, sung, explored, exalted. John Keats and Mary Shelley poured private pain into the public eye. Poets looked inward, plumbing subconscious depths, wrestling dreams and demons. In the Romantic era, the artist claimed a new, almost prophetic role. No longer a humble servant of the Academy, the Romantic creative was a visionary, misunderstood and set apart. The act of creation became a personal pilgrimage, often marked by turmoil, obsession, and flashes of transcendence. Beethoven thundered against fate in his symphonies. Delacroix painted revolution in swirling color. Mary Shelley transformed horror and science into myth with Frankenstein. Art ceased to imitate life. It became life's echo, filtered through a fevered imagination. Romanticism didn't vanish when the 19th century ended. Its embers glow in every brooding anti-hero, every indie musician's plaintive love song, every epic film that sets the individual against a vast and indifferent world. Even now, we crave what the Romantics craved: meaning, wildness, connection, the courage to feel fully, no matter how impossible or unwise. Romanticism calls us to remember the wild country within ourselves, to trust the heart's tremor, to wander freely into the unknown, to refuse the safety of convention. Beauty is only half the story. The rest is struggle, vision, and the secret fires we carry. If this voyage awakened something in you, drop your favorite romantic work in the comments. A painting, a poem, a symphony. Let's illuminate the path together. Thank you for tuning in to Timeless Sparks. Subscribe for more journeys into creativity's beating heart. Until next time, keep the spark alive.